Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bishop Dwenger High School. This is high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com, and this is the final week of girls basketball here on Summit City Sports. Final week of regular season girls basketball, that is. We've got sectionals coming up next week. They'll start over the course of the week, and depending on what sectional it is, it may start on Tuesday, it may start on Wednesday, it may not start till Friday. Of course, Southside is part of a 5-team sectional. That sectional will start on Tuesday with Southside taking on Homestead, and that will be at Southside High School. Bishop Dwenger is part of a 7-team sectional that starts on Tuesday at East Noble, and they will be taking on DeKalb in that sectional opener. But again, this is the final day of regular season basketball for both of these teams. Southside comes in at 2-20 overall. They are trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. And for the Saints of Bishop Dwenger, they are 8-13 under the leadership of first-year head coach Kyle Bond, who takes over just a year after former head coach Kurt Comer steps down from leadership as the head coach at Bishop Dwenger. Not bad for a first year for head coach Kyle Bond. Again, his team 8-13 overall. They have won 2 out of their last 4 games, but most recently losing to Angola, and that's a really good Angola team. 67-46 was the final there. They did beat Bishop Lures just a week ago tonight. And actually, between now and the Angola game, they had a game against Norwell, a 75-36 loss. And, of course, Norwell is one of those teams that's going to give everybody trouble, no matter who they play. But Bishop Dwenger trying to build up to being that kind of team, and they're looking to finish the regular season on a positive note. National Anthem coming up. We'll take a quick pause.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
With that, we will now have the introduction of the starting lineups. First for the Saints from first for the Archers from Southside.
We now will begin by introducing the starters from Southside High School. She's a junior, 5'4", number 1, Sophia Manti. She's a freshman, 5'4", number 2, Teresa Shepard. She's a junior, 5'7", number 5, Briley Diedrich Williams. She's a junior, 5'8", number 10, Renasha Autry. And finally, a senior, 5'10", number 12, Arnea Shepler. The Archers head coach, Juanita Goodwill. Associate head coach, J.C. Jones. JD head coach, Sierra Miranda. Assistant coach, Casey Tarnow. And assistant coach, Keandra Ferguson. And now for your Bishop Dwenger Saints. She's a junior, 5'5", number 3, Madeline Johansson. She's a senior, 5'4", number 4, Grace Buckley. She's a sophomore, 5'10", number 13, Annie O'Brien. Another sophomore, 5'7", number 24, Claire Shorten. And finally, she's a junior, 5'10", number 44, Katie Dwenger. Saints are coached by Kyle Bond, assistant coaches Dan O'Brien, Mike Henderson, and Stephanie Burns.
Those are the starting lineups for this game between the Southside Archers and the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. Again, both of these teams closing out their regular seasons tonight before sectionals get underway. For some teams, sectionals will get underway on Tuesday. For others, they won't get underway till Saturday. Now, Southside will play the first round of their sectional game against Homestead. That'll be at Southside on Tuesday. And Dwenger, I believe they have their first sectional game on Tuesday. Yep, February 3rd. That is Tuesday against DeKalb. That will be at East Noble. And the tip-off will ultimately be won by the Saints, and we are underway here at Dwenger High School. The kick out to Maddie Johansson. Johansson through the paint, and a foul is called on the inside. I don't think they can say that that was on the shot. Brief discussion. Well, they are going to say that it was on the shot. So Johansson goes to the line. As the first foul on Southside comes just 8 seconds into this game. Maddie Johansson comes in as the second leading scorer for these Dwenger Saints, averaging 10 points per game. But she misses that first free throw. She will get one more. It was Teresa Shepard who was called for the foul as the Saints draw first blood here on their home court. Britannia Dietrich Williams not in the starting lineup tonight for Southside as the Archers turn it over. Looked like Mante dribbled the ball out of bounds. No Britannia Dietrich Williams in the starting lineup for the Archers. Kick to the corner. That's Katie Kiefer with a jumper. She knocks it down. And Dwenger is out to an early 3-0 lead. The Archers take over, and they almost turn it over. Johansson got a hand on the pass, and it's out off of Dwenger. Looks like Johansson's going to tie her shoe for a second here. Looks like she's got the laces all tied up as the inbound goes to Renisha Autry. She's a junior, averaging over 10 points per game, and she has provided a nice spark Autry has for these Archers as Shepard has it poked away. Poked away hard and out of bounds by Claire Shortgen. Shortgen is a sophomore. She's the leading scorer for Bishop Dwenger, averaging 13 per game. Britannia Diedrich-Williams has been the leading scorer for Southside, but again, she is not playing, or at least not starting tonight, as that pass goes too tall for Macy Newsom. Check that. I think that was Mante, Sophia Mante, who went for that ball. Saints take over up 3. Oh, that was close to a travel. Shortgen off the fake, hits the floater. Claire Shortgen on the board for the first time. First time she gets on the board, probably not the last, you wouldn't think. She's averaging 13 points per game. We get a foul on the Saints. I think they got Grace Barfield for that one. And the signal is number 4. And already the Saints have their first team foul. 6:45 to go here in this first quarter. Mante feeds it inside, knocked away by the Saints. Shortgen comes down the floor. Pull-up jumper was hit from behind. Offensive board, and O'Brien. And O'Brien had it for a moment, but then had it knocked away. Here's Mante. Diedrich-Williams turns it over. Kiefer comes away with the takeaway. Here's Barfield down the floor. Barfield to her left, contacted and fouled. I think that's going to go on Autry. That one was definitely on the shot. So Barfield goes to the line. It is Autry. And that jumper goes, or that free throw goes rather, for Grace Barfield. Of course, this is a very accomplished school, Dwenger High School is. 6 state championships in football, most recently this past fall. Jason Garrett, the head coach who led him there, is on the PA mic for tonight. And it won't be long before he starts leading the Bishop Dwenger baseball team to practice. That is if they hadn't started practice already. That ball got poked loose. Shortgen had it at first, but then had it knocked away. Autry comes away with it for the Archers. Into the paint, loses the ball. Who's got it? Southside does. Looked like Newsom recovered it, and she did. We're over 2 minutes into this game as Autry fires a 3. That won't fall. And eventually the rebound is grabbed by Amaya Shetler. Autry gets another touch. Pull-up jumper is good. And the Archers are on the board. Get a foul call. There we go. My apologies there, folks. I do need to reset my scoreboard. Had to switch out headsets there because I lost my audio. So hopefully we got that audio issue fixed. Didn't last very long, thank goodness. But the Archers with the basketball. I think that was Ann O'Brien who got that last bucket for Bishop Dwenger. Shetler. Little shot fake. That's Autry. Has it knocked away. And here come the Saints. Barfield up the floor to the basket. And she finishes. Grace Barfield to the bucket. Check that. Johansson. Maddie Johansson gets the basket. That's her first field goal of the game. She comes in as Dwenger's second leading scorer. Loose ball knocked away from Newsom, and Kiefer did not get there in time.
Entering the game for the Archers, number 3, Brianna Hamlet.
Brianna Hamlet, the junior, checks in, hands the baton to Macy Newsom. That's a deep three by Autry. It's an air ball and out of bounds. Dedrick Williams ran out of room. That's Briley Dedrick Williams, the junior. She'd have had to keep her toes just 2 inches away from that baseline in order to catch that one. Kick to the corner, 3 on the way. It's short. That was Shortgen. And the Archers come away with a loose ball. 4:05 to go as we get a foul against the Saints. That'll be their second. Looks like they got Johansson. Again, Jason Garrett on the PA mic tonight for Bishop Dwenger. He's the head football coach and the head baseball coach as well. His football team won a state title this year. They won a state title also back in 2018. That was his first year. That's Barfield getting the takeaway. To the basket, too strong. And Autry has the board for Southside. She's got Hamlet down the floor, but Barfield takes it away. Can she hold on? That's poked away. Knocked away again, and a foul.
Foul made by number 2, Teresa Shepard.
Teresa Shepard called for the foul with 3:38 left
Entering the game for the Archers,
in this first quarter. Inbound to Barfield. She waits for the screen, gets the screen from Johansson, stopped her dribble, and had to give that up to Shortgen. She loses the ball. Dedrick Williams comes away with it. Well, Southside's been stingy on defense. They've been able to force some tough possessions for the Saints. They don't cash in there, but an offensive board by Hamlet, and she draws the foul. Third team foul on Bishop Dwenger. Make that the 4th team foul. So they no longer have a foul to give here in the first quarter. Brianna Hamlet goes to the line.
Brianna Hamlet goes to the line for 2.
I mentioned Jason Garrett, not only the head football coach and PA announcer for tonight, he's also the head coach of the baseball team here at Bishop Dwenger. The baseball team that won sectionals last year at Garrett, knocking off the Leo Lions in that sectional championship game. Went on the road and beat Leo in the regular season. 1 for 2 goes Hamlet. Little crossover there. Kick to the corner for Shortgen. She was contacted. The 3 doesn't fall, but an offensive board chased down by Charlotte Swigert. And it's a traveling call. Dedrick Williams almost wasn't ready for the inbound there. This is Shepard, the freshman. Has it poked away but recovered by Briley Dedrick Williams. Again, no Britannia Dedrick Williams in the starting lineup. Have not seen her on the floor yet as the Saints come away with a takeaway. Tough shot, spins in. Maddie Johansson. Even with this big lead, Dwenger had been on a long scoring drought, but Johansson ends that run. They've gone about, 4 minutes without a made field goal as Dedrick Williams is looking for 1 for 3, and she almost got the friendly bounce. Barfield got open up the floor, but they couldn't quite get it to her. Johansson finds some space, gets into the lane, won't drop, but she is fouled. And that'll send Maddie Johansson to the free throw line. They call the foul on Amaya Shetler. Kyle Bond is the first-year head coach of Bishop Dwenger. He was the lead varsity assistant at Northrop for 4 years before that, so that would have encompassed 2 different coaching staffs. 2 years under Shane Merriman, the last 2 years under Shane Merriman, and then before that, Would have been 2 years under Rod Chamble. As Autry looks for help, brings it outside. Of course, Southside is coached by longtime head coach Juanita Goodwell. Multiple sectional championships under her belt. That three goes off the side of the backboard. You know, I think Swigert would have been better served to just let that one go. Either way, it is Dwenger basketball, but that was so close to the baseline. Swigert loose with the handle, and here comes Southside the other way. Autry, a little loose herself, comes up short, and Autry's a talented ball player, but kind of loose with the handle on that drive to the basket, and it results in a one-and-done chance. Kiefer sets the screen. Barfield loses the ball. Scooped up down low. Swigert was fouled. Looked like it was before the shot, but I think that's the 15th foul. It was indeed. So now Dwenger's in the double bonus. 15 foul on Southside, and one official is saying to the other, this needs to be free throws, and it does. And that's exactly what will happen. So we see some fans start to file into the gym here at Dwenger High School. We've got doubleheader action tonight here from Bishop Dwenger. Boys basketball will start at about 7 o'clock. As Swigert just rolls around that first free throw. Charlotte Swigert on the board for the first time tonight. Second one does not drop, but that is out of bounds off Southside. We'll give Shetler an A for effort, but it's going to stay Dwenger ball as they're up 12 with 1:18 to go in this first quarter. And Grace Barfield will inbound. Kiefer trying to get open. She's right underneath the basket. They go to Shortgen instead. Here's Johansson. Barfield has space, now uses the screen. Extra pass, Swigert. They could have called that off the support. Instead, it does go as a rebound and a stop for Southside as Autry comes through the paint. The floater drops. Nothing but net, Renisha Autry. She's got both field goals for Southside in this game so far. Nobody's hit a three yet in this game. Not for Southside, not for Dwenger. Johansson puts it on the deck. That's too strong. 40 seconds. Southside's got plenty of time here. Autry going quick. She had Hamlin underneath the basket, and Autry goes all the way for the two. Back-to-back buckets for the Archers, back-to-back for Autry. 19 seconds left here in this first quarter. The feed to Shortgen. She'll fire the three, and it's good. First three of this game for either team goes to Claire Shortgen. 6 seconds. Southside's got time to get something off. Down to 3 seconds. Autry fires. Short on the three. Headed to the sidelines, and the clock hits zeros as Kyle Bond makes the one-handed catch. And we're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com for the second quarter.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
A quick word in from one of our sponsors, maybe even two, as we start the second quarter. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. It will be Southside basketball as we begin the second quarter. An 11-point lead for Dwenger, although Southside was able to come away with back-to-back scoring possessions late in that quarter, but they force a turnover here, or rather Dwenger does, as Barfield gets to the basket. Check that. That might have been Johansson. She does score, and it is Johansson. Maddie Johansson having a strong showing tonight. She now has 8 points in the game, and we're just starting the second quarter. Autry feeds it to the wing. That is Mante. Mante almost had it tipped. Kiefer got her hands up, and Kiefer still active on the defensive end, forces the turnover. Shortgen, the kick to Barfield. She'll let it fly. That's too strong. Offensive board, though. Putback won't go. Kiefer's right there, and she puts it in. There's only been 1 3 made in this ball game. It belongs to Claire Shortgen. But Dwenger will take the offensive boards and ultimately the putback as we're a minute into this second quarter. Loose ball off Dwenger. Shortgen got a hand on it. Claire Shortgen, the leading scorer for the season for Dwenger as far as points per game go. Maddie Johansson has 8 tonight. She averages 10 on the season. That last bucket put Katie Kiefer at 4 for the night. Dwenger's been using a lot of zone in this game. Some 1-3-1, looks like some 3-2 here, and that's another takeaway by the Saints. Was that Shortgen? No, check that. It was not Shortgen. It was Swigert. Charlotte Swigert with the takeaway. That is Shortgen from the volleyball line. She'll step in, misses the 3, but there's Kiefer, too strong. Swigert couldn't put it in. Kiefer does. That's back-to-back offensive putbacks by Katie Kiefer. And Southside will call a timeout. I believe that's the first timeout either team has used in this game. And while they call a timeout, might as well show you a little bit of what Katie Kiefer has done on the offensive glass these last couple possessions. Well, this possession you're about to see, nearly a transition opportunity. Southside slowed down the transition game. Despite that, good work on the glass by Dwenger, and ultimately Kiefer able to put it in. We've seen that a couple of times from her tonight. We saw it again on the last Dwenger possession. That replay, as always, is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. We haven't had a lot of made threes in this ball game. Dwenger tries on this possession, and this one took 3 offensive rebounds, and ultimately Kiefer gets the putback. Second offensive putback in a row for Katie Kiefer. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, it is on our YouTube channel where you can catch all of our broadcasts of regular season high school sports here on SummitCitySports.com. But if you want to catch our broadcasts of postseason play, you got to tune into IHSAATV.org. Tough shot and a foul. Autry draws the foul and heads to the line. Of course, you can catch our regular season games on IHSAATV.org as well. But when postseason time comes around, we are exclusively on IHSAATV.org, also known as the IHSAA Champions Network. Oh, that was almost a friendly bounce.
Entering the game for the Saints, number 34, Leah Salazar.
Leah Salazar, the sophomore, will enter for the Saints. And that's one thing about Bishop Dwenger. They are very young. They only have 1 senior. That's Grace Barfield. They've got 4 juniors. Other than that, it's freshmen and sophomores. This is Kiefer. She's one of the juniors on the roster, and she'll give it up to one of her ball handlers, Maddie Johansson. Johansson gets the screen to the baseline. Shortgen. Johansson fires a 3. Short. Only 1 3 this game for either team. It does belong to Dwenger. Southside has not yet hit one. Autry had it poked out by Barfield, stayed with the play, and that might be the easiest rebound that Kiefer's had, but that's an easy takeaway for Autry. Barfield knocks it out. It is Southside ball. I initially thought the ref was about to point the other way, but that was out off of Dwenger, so ultimately the right call is made. Another girls basketball update. Bishop lures leads Wayne 19-15.
Foul committed by number 24, Claire Shorten.
Claire Shortgen called for the foul.
Her first.
Bishop Dwenger went on the road and beat Bishop Luers in girls basketball last week. Newsom. Check that, it's Mante. Sophia Mante, the junior. Working on Johansson. Barfield almost had the takeaway. Instead, the Archers keep it alive. Autry to the left. She feeds it inside. That was Mante. That's traveling. I could see that from up here, and so could the officials. Most recent update from Concordia is that Concordia leads Northside 25-9, and Olivia Bollinger had 22 of those points. That's the Cross Coliseum rivalry, if you will. Barfield the kick to the corner. And that jumper comes up short from Leah Salazar. Kiefer wrestles away the board, can't get the putback. Out of bounds off of who? Off of Southside is the call. Johansson gets the inbound. Salazar for three. That's an air ball, and that's going to be off Dwenger. Kiefer went for the offensive board. She's gotten a few of them, but it looked like she had Briley Diedrich Williams right in front of her. I think that is Britannia Diedrich Williams on the bench with a boot. Britannia, the leading scorer for Southside, but not playing yet tonight. Autry trying to go baseline. Swings it up top. That ball almost got poked away. Hamlet stays with it. Man, that's too tall, going all the way to the Dwenger sideline. The Saints take over up by 17. This almost looks like a football score, 24-7. It's a score you see on the football field. I wouldn't say all the time, but you do see it a good amount. Barfield, the floater. That won't drop. Renatia Autry, the board. Little 2-on-2. And Autry loses it. That's a blocking foul. And they're going to say on the shot. That's the second foul this quarter on Bishop Dwenger. We've got 3:57 left to go in the second. Autry will go from the free throw line. And she drains it. Renatia Autry has 7 of the Archers' 8 points. That is the first point this quarter for Southside. We know Juanita Goodwell has done a heck of a job in her time here at Southside High School. I should say over at Southside High School. But lately it has been a struggle for the Lady Archers. Good diving effort and timeout. Kyle Bond calls a timeout as Shortgen got to that loose ball. And that'll preserve the possession for Bishop Dwenger. Well, while they take a timeout, we'll go ahead and pay a few more bills. It is because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you all these games that we bring you on SummitCitySports.com. Always 100 presents Academy Drills and Skills from August 11th of this year going on through May 28th of this year. I should say August 11th of last year is when it started. Goes on through May 28th of this year. Goes on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 5 to 6 p.m. for kids grades pre-K through 12. You'll get to develop your dribbling, passing, shooting, and defense. For more information, call 260-444-2788 or visit www.always100basketball.net. Academy Drills and Skills takes place at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Of course, you may know the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse is right next to the Parkview Sport One Ice House. And I think we will have some broadcasts of Fort Wayne Spacemen this weekend. That three goes. Claire Shortgen from downtown. Dwenger has 2 threes. Shortgen has them both. Archers trying to answer, and they do. Teresa Shepard. Barfield just gets it outside to Swigert. Swigert down the baseline, corner three. Johansson too strong. Battle on the board, that's going to be off Dwenger. And the Archers will take over. Teresa Shepard puts it into Autry. 3-2 zone as Johansson gets a hand on the ball. It's out of bounds off of her. 3:03 left here in this second quarter. Both teams trying to finish the regular season on a high note. Of course, Southside has, well, one of the toughest matchups you could ask for in the first round of sectionals when they take on Homestead. Homestead, I believe, is number 2 in the state of Indiana. They've also got the Norwell Knights in that sectional. So if you can get by Homestead, there's a chance you'll have to face Norwell at some point. But the Archers turn this ball over. Dwenger has DeKalb for their first round game at sectionals. That'll be Tuesday. DeKalb is coached by a guy who used to coach in this town, Mark Pixley, the former Lures head coach. Left Bishop Lures with a state championship. That's a foul. Getting called down low on Shepard, it looks like, and that will send Swigert to the free throw line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this second quarter. And Charlotte Swigert, who's been to the line once already in this ball game, goes back again. First one is good. Briley Diedrich Williams comes in, and kind of an interesting twist. She hands the baton to Teresa Shepard, who comes out. Of course, in running, you might be used to seeing the baton get handed off to the next person to run. Speaking of running and batons, springtime is when the track season will take place. I do know that Turnstone here in Fort Wayne, or at least I think Turnstone here in Fort Wayne, will play host to a couple of indoor meets early on in the season. One of them is the Northeast 8 Conference track meet. Both these teams, of course, out of the SAC. As Barfield dribbles around, got an open shooter, but the three won't fall. Offensive board, that was Swigert, loses the ball, and Southside's got it back. Here comes Autry. Autry 1-on-3. That was blocked. She got it back. Knocked away down low and ripped away by Swigert. Barfield wanted to step out for the three. Instead goes inside. Too strong. And Barfield was out of bounds when she touched it. Renisha Autry will come across the timeline for Southside. And Dwenger back in a 3-2 zone. They've used the 3-2, they've used the 1-3-1, and I think they've used the 2-3. I know they've used the two previous zones that I mentioned. Autry will try again, wide open for the putback. Is Brianna Hamlet. That's her first make from the field. Pull up three, won't go. Blocked. Out of bounds, and one of the cheerleaders had to back away. It will stay Dwenger basketball. 1:21 left to go in this second quarter. Jillian Gustafson, the sophomore, into the game. Here's Barfield on the drive. Back outside to Gustafson. That was tipped again. Almost out of bounds, kept alive by the Saints. Barfield has it as we come down to a minute to play. Barfield wants to attack, missed it. Boy, Barfield has had some chances in the paint, but just has not been able to finish. She's only got 2 points. Those both coming from the free throw line. And this foul is on Dwenger. It's on Shortgen. That is the 4th team foul on Dwenger. They have no more to give. Renisha Autry will dribble across the timeline. Newsom cuts across. Back outside, Diedrich Williams. That's Briley Diedrich Williams. Autry fires a three. Air ball. Out of bounds, they're going to say Archer's ball with 41.7 left to go as we got the Dwenger band there on the stage. Might see one saxophonist over there. There's actually a couple of saxophonists over there. For a moment, you can see one of them there on your screen. As Dedrick Williams inbounds. Catch and shoot, Autry, air ball. Putback comes up short. Battled around and won by the Archers. Renaisha Autry has it down to 30 seconds. Autry, the floater, won't go. Knocked away on the rebound try. Shetler comes away with it. And with 22 seconds, the Saints get the ball back. Swigert finds help. That's Barfield. Barfield kicks to the corner. Shortgen hits a three. Claire Shortgen, 3 triples in this ball game. 4 seconds. Can Southside get something off? Autry gets it off and banks it in at the buzzer.
Basket good by Renaisha Autry.
Well, an interesting sequence to finish out that first half. Renaisha Autry with 9 points. Southside as a team with just 15. And Bishop Dwenger with a 17-point lead over the Archers as we go to halftime. Before I go to my next readers, I will show you a couple of replays. These replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Here's the first one. Claire Shortgen, 3 triples in this ball game, 11 points total. And you notice she doesn't really square her feet to the basket, but she's still able to knock it down when she gets a good look. Again, she's got 3 triples in this ball game so far, and meanwhile, here's the shot that ended the half. Replays is always brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Renaisha Autry, quick dribble down the floor, got it off in time. Actually got a good look. A lot of space there as she got to the free throw line and hit that floater. But again, we are at halftime here at Bishop Dwenger High School, and we'll go ahead and get a few more words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you these broadcasts. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Halftime at Bishop Dwenger High School, and it is the Saints leading 32-15. A reminder that boys basketball comes your way after girls basketball is done. About 20 minutes after girls basketball is done. We're back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Back here at Bishop Dwenger High School, get a couple words in from our sponsors before I give you the leading scorers for this first half. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you these high school sports broadcasts that we bring you. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is the answer. At halftime, it's the Saints of Bishop Dwenger leading 32-15 over the Southside Archers. Leading scorer for Southside is Renaisha Autry with 9. Teresa Shepard and Brianna Hamlet have 3 apiece. For Bishop Dwenger, right now their leading scorer is Claire Shortgen with 11 points. Maddie Johansson has added 8, and Katie Kiefer has 6. I mistakenly had her for 4. She actually does have 6 in this game so far. but she does have 6. Charlotte Swigert with 3, all from the free throw line. Ann O'Brien with 2. Grace Barfield with 2, all from the free throw line as well. Bishop Dwenger's played a lot of zone defense in this ball game. They've played a little mix of 3-2 zone along with 1-3-1 zone. And Southside has been able to get some second chance opportunities so far in this game. That's one thing that Dwenger probably would like to cut down on, is the second chance opportunities that Southside is getting. We'll see what happens in the second half, as we are just over 6 minutes away from the start of the second half of girls basketball. And you can see right now the boys teams are on the floor. We will have boys basketball following this girls game here at Bishop Dwenger, as Dwenger leads Southside in girls basketball, a score right now of 32-15. And I think that guitar is actually coming from up on stage. I do see a kid strumming a guitar. Got a guitar going, got a little drum beat going, and a couple of saxophonists look like they're waiting to play here at halftime. Bishop Dwenger High School is one of 3 high schools in Fort Wayne that has a stage inside the gym. The other 2 are Bishop Luers and Concordia. Although I've been told that Concordia has a little renovation project going on, which means that that stage that they have in the gym is going to be removed. I have not heard of any such thing going on at Bishop Dwenger. Not at Bishop Dwenger or Bishop Luers. As far as I know, they're keeping the stage, but that could turn out to be false. A couple more words from our sponsors. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all these games we do here on SummitCitySports.com. Shioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Got a couple of updates for you. Bishop Luers leading 30-24 over Wayne. That is girls basketball, and that game is at halftime. That's over at Bishop Luers. Homestead leads Northrop 21-17. Northrop battling with the second-ranked team in the state, the Homestead Spartans. Northrop did defeat last year's Class 4A state champions. That would be Lawrence North, the Lawrence North Wildcats. So that's one of their claims to fame so far this season. And even though Northrop did not beat Snyder, they did have a good lead against Snyder before Snyder came all the way back to win it. Looks like Concordia and Northside are at halftime, with Concordia leading that one 36-11. And Bollinger's got 27 points in that game. A lot of games at halftime, and I'll see if there's some others going on that we can check on. For now, we'll be back from this break in about a minute. You're listening and watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
32-15 in favor of Dwenger as they lead Southside. This is the final regular season girls basketball game for both these teams. Now, there will be more girls basketball tomorrow. That includes Columbia City taking on New Haven. They were supposed to play tonight at New Haven High School, but they're going to play tomorrow at Columbia City instead. And one other girls basketball game we got going on tomorrow is Wayne versus Concordia. That'll close out the regular season for both of those teams, and that will be at Concordia High School. Jaron Matheny will be on the call for that game. We also hope to bring you boys basketball. Wayne versus Blackhawk Christian, from Blackhawk Christian, and also New Haven versus Columbia City from Columbia City. So that'll be doubleheader action over at Columbia City High School that we hope to bring you here on SummitCitySports.com. It's also worth mentioning we've got some more games coming up tonight. Of course, we got boys basketball here at Dwenger between Dwenger and Southside. We got boys basketball at Lures between Lures and Wayne. Boys basketball at Concordia between Concordia and Northside. Northside's been on quite the run, and they just got over 500 on Wednesday with a road win against the Leo Lions. Meanwhile, we've also got more girls basketball coming up tonight as Belmont goes to Leo to take on the Leo Lions. Belmont perhaps reeling a little bit after a loss to the Warsaw Tigers. Now, of course, Warsaw is the 4th-ranked team in the state. It's a challenge for just about anyone, but Belmont has had a good basketball team under Andy Heim for quite some time. And they're looking to knock off a really good Leo Lions team. And then you got Norwell taking on East Noble. That's another game we hope to bring you this evening over from the Castle in Ossian, Indiana. We're just about 35 seconds away from the start of the second half here at Bishop Dwenger High School. Get a quick word in from one more of our sponsors. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. And the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. With that, we are ready for the remainder of this game between Southside and Dwenger. Will be Dwenger basketball to start the second half. Inbound goes to Grace Barfield. Barfield will get the screen from Kiefer. Knocked out of bounds by Autry. And the possession continues for the Saints. Shortgen looks to get it in. Barfield drives. Kicks to the top of the key. The floater, short. Knocked away. Autry comes away with a board. Three-two zone by Dwenger, but a huge stop by the Archers to start this third quarter. Both teams have sectionals starting on Tuesday. Southside plays Homestead. They'll host a sectional. Take on Homestead in the first round. Catch and shoot. That three won't fall. I believe the winner of that game gets Huntington North in the semifinal. Johansson couldn't spin it home. Putback comes up short. That putback goes, and a foul. Charlotte Swigert. Her first bucket from the field in this game and a chance for three. "19 points has been Dwenger's largest lead of this game. It'll stay that way for now. Poked out of bounds. They're going to say off of Dwenger. Three-two zone again by Dwenger. Again, this 19-point lead has been their largest of the game. Dedrick Williams draws a double team. Autry leans into a three. It's too strong. Barfield has the board. She's got Johansson, a little bit long, and Autry is able to save it, or rather Johansson is, into the hands of Shepard. And Shepard going quick down the floor. Leans into the shot, won't fall. Kiefer has a bunch of teammates up the floor. And that's going to be Swigert who puts it in. That time the Saints take advantage in transition. That's back-to-back buckets to start this second half for Swigert. I think she's got all the second half points for Dwenger so far. Poked away by Kiefer. Barfield looked like she had it. If that's a jump ball, which it is, it goes to Southside. Autry drives inside. The floater is good. Renisha Autry is into double figures for this game. 11 points. Catch and shoot for Swigert. That three's off the mark. Shortgen with the offensive board. Was that Swigert again? Well, she doesn't knock it down, and the Archers come away with the ball as Autry has it near the timeline, and she will beat that 10-second clock. Shetler sets the screen. Autry lost it. Recovered, though, by Mante. Dwenger's shown a lot of pressure in this game as they continue to show it. Ooh, I don't know. Traveling is going to be the call. I was about to say I thought that Mante touched that ball on both sides of the timeline before Dwenger ever touched it, but ultimately it's a traveling call, so it will be Dwenger basketball no matter what. Kiefer will set the screen. Another screen set by Johansson. Johansson will fire. Air ball. That's out of bounds right as it lands. 5:09 left to go this third quarter. Autry feeds that one over to Shepard. Poked away and recovered by Kiefer. Shortgen just gets a hold of the ball. We've got two Southside players down. Barfield turns around. Kiefer the pull-up, air ball. And Briley Diedrich Williams looked like she got fouled. Meanwhile, I think we've got an injury timeout. Is that Autry catching her breath? It might be Shepard. Can't quite see the number. It is Shepard. So she'll go to the sideline. Sophia Mante back in the ball game for Southside as the Archers take over down by 19. We've had 6 points scored in this entire third quarter. Mante against the 3-2 Dwenger zone. They've used this a lot. Behind the back dribble by Autry. Leans in, missed the shot. Barfield, outlet Johansson. And Johansson will finish. Maddie Johansson up to 10 points in this ball game. She's one of two Saints to reach double figures as Autry able to find a teammate, but that's poked away. Barfield's got it. Barfield 2-on-3. Barfield missed it, and Shetler with the board. But Barfield has had a lot of chances in the paint that she has not been able to cash in on. That's going to be a foul on Dwenger. They're going to get Johansson.
Foul call number 3, Johansson. First third. Entering the game for the
It's Johansson's third foul. It is Dwenger, or rather Southside basketball, as Briley Diedrich Williams, the junior, will inbound. As the crowd starts to file in here to the gym at Dwenger High School. Dwenger sticks with the 3-2. Newsom gives that one up. Diedrich Williams down the baseline. It drops. Briley Diedrich Williams on the board for the first time. No Britannia Diedrich Williams. I think they're still looking at Shepard there on the sideline. Oh boy, Barfield with quite a struggle inside the paint. And her team's up 19 points. But when Barfield has gotten into the paint, she just has not been able to find the basket. That's poked away. Recovered by the Saints. It's Swigert. Swigert trips on her way to the basket. Out of bounds. Looked like a trip. They might have just said that she slipped. So this is going to be Southside basketball. I'm somewhat surprised that a foul wasn't called, but then from my vantage point, it may have looked that way. Doesn't mean it looked like that way from the officials' vantage point. 3:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Briley Diedrich Williams will bring it across the timeline for Southside. 3-2 zone by the Saints. Diedrich Williams fakes the three, she trips, and there's the foul. It's going to be called on Reagan Furness, number 35 for Dwenger. That's her first, second team foul on Bishop Dwenger. As Renacia Autry will re-enter Teresa Shepard still on the sideline. She looked like she was a little winded earlier in this game. Good to see that she apparently doesn't have to go to the locker room. Hope that she's able to remain okay as Autry has it poked away by the Saints. Johansson gets the feed to the basket. She's fouled. And Maddie Johansson, who's already in double figures for this game, goes to the free throw line with 2:25 left in the third. Macy Newsom called for the foul. Only the second team foul against Southside this quarter. And she hits the first one. Johansson with 11 points. Claire Shortgen also with 11. And Molly Tipman will check into the ball game. That's a name that is commonplace here at Bishop Dwenger High School. Of course, they've had great running backs with the last name Tipman, like Devin Tipman, TJ Tipman, KJ Tipman. Then you've got Jack Tipman, who was both a tight end and a defensive end here at Bishop Dwenger. Autry, some behind-the-back dribbles, gets across the timeline. That might have been a kickball by Barfield. This is out of bounds. They're going to say off of Southside. Shetler bringing some pressure on Johansson. Saints will take over. Up 21. That is their largest lead of the game as more and more fans continue to file in. Remember, we've got boys basketball to follow the girls game. Even one fan with a United States shirt with the American flag and an eagle on the front of it. Doesn't get much more American than that. Baseline drive. Johansson falling away, and she got it. How did she hit that? That's 14 for Maddie Johansson. Autry's three is good. Autry with 14 points, easily the leading scorer for Southside. Barfield inside. Tough shot and a foul. And I think that's Swigert. Check that. It's not Swigert, it's Tipman. Molly Tipman who draws the foul, and she'll go to the line. That's the third team foul on Southside. And Molly Tipman takes, I believe, her first trip to the free throw line this game as she hits the first one. Molly Tipman is one of 8 sophomores on the Dwenger roster. Of course, you add Kaylin Coors, a freshman. And Kyle Bond has a very young group that he's looking to build for future success here at Bishop Dwenger. Second one goes. Autry draws the double team. Mante gets it to Hamlet inside the paint. Here's Autry. A minute 15 left to go this third quarter as Barfield goes after the ball. It's out of bounds. Dwenger will take over. A minute 13 left here in quarter number 3. Barfield behind the back. She's guarded by Mante. That's a tough catch by Molly Tipman. Barfield into the paint. Loses the ball, got it back. Has to swing outside to Johansson. Johansson in some trouble. Was in trouble. Barfield to her left. Loose ball. And that is almost saved, but stepping on the line was Ella Roberts. And this will be Southside basketball with 41.9 seconds left. Autry, the dish to Shepard. Shepard leans in and draws the foul. That'll be team foul number 3 on Dwenger, and we'll see if they call this a shooting foul or not. Reagan Furness called for the foul. Autry leans into a three. It's good. Renee Shaw Autry having a night, 17 points. Saints wanted a three the other end. Instead, it's Roberts with the dish outside to Furness. Barfield sets and fires. That's an air ball. And Autry had it but lost it. 12.4 seconds left in this third quarter. It will be Dwenger ball as Kyle Bond gets ready to call out the play. Knocked out of bounds by the Archers again. They get it into Barfield. Barfield will work it outside. Fires in to Roberts. Wild shot. And the Archers come away with it. That's Mante. Autry down the floor. Desperation heave, and that was close. Would have counted. Does not go. And we're back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psnsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up we made. Shut they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on my pin, I Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't.
Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter as Bishop Dwenger leads Southside by a score of 44-25. And a reminder that boys basketball between these two teams comes your way as soon as this girls game is done. Bishop Dwenger looking for their 9th win of the regular season. Southside looking for their 3rd. Southside's hung with Bishop Dwenger at least a little bit. Renee Shaw Autry is their leading scorer with 17 points, and she's a big reason why this is not as huge a deficit as perhaps the Dwenger crowd was hoping for, as we get a foul, or a turnover rather, on the Saints. And the Archers will take over. 7:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. It'll be about 20 minutes after this game gets done that we'll bring you the boys basketball game. Kids will get about 20 minutes of warm-ups before that game gets started as Autry recovers but then loses it again. That's the dish outside to Dedrick Williams. Dedrick Williams trying to get through the paint, and that's an air ball. Over to Ella Roberts, the junior. Ella Roberts, one of just 3 juniors, make that 4 juniors on the roster for Bishop Dwenger. Maddie Johansson is one of those juniors. Looks like Johansson is not on the floor as Kyle Bond has dug into his bench a little bit more here in the second half. The feed inside, Roberts high off the window, too strong, goes for the rebound and a foul. No, jump ball. But that will give it to the Saints with 6:51 left to go. Southside will call for a timeout. While they take a timeout, we will also take one here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
44-25 in favor of Bishop Dwenger. We've got 6:51 left to go here in quarter number 4. Bishop Dwenger looking for their 9th regular season win this year. 8-13 is their record right now. Their last 2 games, it's been a tough go of it because they had to play Norwell on Wednesday and then Angola this past Saturday. That was a home game for Dwenger, but it ended up being a 21-point loss. Angola is going to be part of the same sectional that Dwenger is in. That'll be the East Noble sectional. Norwell is part of the South Side sectional, and they've got the first round off, if you will. There's really only one first-round game at the South Side sectional, and that is Southside versus Homestead. And I believe the winner of that game gets Huntington North. Norwell will play Wayne in the semifinal game. Riley Diedrich Williams across the timeline. She's double-teamed and loses the ball. It's taken away by Allison Henry. Barfield across the paint, and the jumper by Furness does not fall. Out of bounds off Southside. .6:28 left to go in regulation. Barfield steps back, goes for the 3, comes up short. Grace Barfield has not made anything from the field yet tonight. Autry in a crowd, turns it over, and Barfield comes away with it and gets fouled. That's going to be on Renisha Autry, her first this quarter rather.
Foul committed by number 10, Renisha Autry.
That's her second foul as it is. Barfield gets the screen, loses the basketball, and it's out of bounds. Going to be off Southside. Dwenger will take over. Henry. That one goes over the backboard. It's out of bounds. Riley Diedrich Williams playing tonight, although her sister Britannia Diedrich Williams has not been playing tonight. I don't know if that's just injury or maybe Juanita Goodwell trying to keep her healthy for sectionals. Sectionals start on Tuesday. That ball gets loose, but recovered across the timeline by the Saints. That was Molly Tipman. Barfield on the attack. Goes to the baseline. That jumper will not fall, and Autry had the board and does come away with it. Autry trying to go to work on Ella Roberts. Southside still got some starters on the floor, but Dwenger gets the takeaway. That's Barfield. Barfield across the paint. Easy deuce for the Saints. Molly Tipman. I mentioned some of those Tipmans that played football, whether it's Devin or TJ or KJ. The guy who coached those athletes, he's running the PA mic tonight, Jason Garrett. That 3's off the mark. He'll be getting his boys ready for baseball coming up here pretty soon. That's right, he's the head football coach and head baseball coach here at Bishop Dwenger, Jason Garrett is. And tonight, like I said, he's running the PA mic. We've only had 2 points so far this quarter. They do belong to Bishop Dwenger. We've got 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. To the corner. Barfield will try a 3. Oh, couldn't bank it in. That was close. The sideline wants her to hit one. That's out of bounds off Dwenger. Leah Salazar will check in and give Reagan Furness a breather. Grace Barfield, the only senior on this Dwenger roster, getting a hand as she goes to the bench. The crowd wanted her to hit a 3 before she exited for the night. That 3's off the mark from Shepard. As Leah Salazar comes away with it for Dwenger. That ball is kicked. Salazar comes back up with it. Corner 3, too strong. That was Tipman. Got her own miss. Check that was not Tipman. I think that was Furness. Reagan Furness who took the shot. We get a foul on Southside. It's on Amaya Shetler, her fourth. 3:43 left to go in this game, and again, boys basketball follows the girls game here at Bishop Dwenger High School. That's a deep three. It will not drop. Still loose, picked up by the Saints. It's Tipman. Turnaround shot, that comes up short, and Shetler has the board for Southside. Little baseball pass, and Dedrick Williams was not ready for it. Swatted into the backcourt by Autry. Dedrick Williams the other way, and she will finish. And we have a player down for Dwenger. I think that's Kaylin Coors. Training staff for Dwenger will come out and take a look at her, and we'll take an injury timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, that was Kaylin Coors, helped off the bench by the trainers. At least I think that's Coors. It looks like a 32, which would be Caitlin Coors. She was actually helped off by Ella Roberts in addition to the assistant coaches here at Bishop Dwenger. It is Saints basketball. They lead it by 19. Poked away by the Archers. That's Shetler who comes away with it, but she turns it back over. .255 left to go. Catch and shoot. That's off the mark from Henry. And it looks like Roberts stepped out of bounds when she caught the ball. It will be Saints basketball, Archers basketball. Meanwhile, we do have an update. Northrop has the lead over Homestead, 41-35, with 6 minutes left in the fourth, I believe. Although if that's 6 seconds, then the game is probably either over, perhaps in overtime, although 6 points in 6 seconds is a lot to score. Might check on that in a little bit, maybe at the next stoppage. That three is an air ball as Dedrick Williams' putback doesn't go. And that's thrown almost into no man's land. Newsom's there. Mante feeds it down low to Dedrick Williams, and she dribbles on the chalk. Check in on that Northrop Homestead score here in just a second. I believe that's the girls' game that was going on first. They'd have girls, then boys going on tonight. The girls' game is live as we have a foul on Southside. It's now 43-35 in favor of Northrop. Apparently that was not on Shetler. Would have been her fifth had it been on her. Tough drive, it goes. Leah Salazar, the sophomore. Autry on the other end, no good. And out of bounds off of Dwenger with 1:50 left. I tell you what, if Northrop is able to hold on and beat Homestead, that could be a huge momentum boost going into sectional. Air ball, Dedrick Williams is fouled on the putback try. Homestead is part of the Southside sectional, and they're the number 2 team in the Indiana basketball coaches poll. If Northrop's able to win that game going into sectionals, like I said, it could be a huge momentum boost for those Lady Bruins. They'll be at the Carroll sectional with the likes of Snyder, Northside, and of course the Carroll Chargers, coached by Mark Redding. Northrop's got a real quality senior class, too. Talking about Kayla Williams-Thomas, Swin Jackson, Briley Day, really good shooter. Marion Wiss, really good shooter. Now Day and Wiss are going to play softball when they get to college. They're good basketball players as well. Briley Dedrick Williams, clearly a good basketball player. She scores in transition. I believe that's just her second field goal of the game. Putback try is good. That would be Allison Henry. Looks like Homestead's working their way back into that game, meanwhile, against Northrop. And another takeaway by the Saints across the court. Salazar's basket won't fall. Ripped away by Salazar. She almost took it to the deck. The putback is good. And that is Ella Roberts. That score at Homestead now is 43-40 in favor of Northrop. 3:26 to go over there, so that game's far from over. If you want to shut down Homestead, I should say if you want to knock off Homestead, you got to play at a high level till the final whistle. There goes Salazar to the basket. She scores. 25 seconds to go in this game. This is going to be a victory for Bishop Dwenger. They're going to go to 9-13 on the season. Autry's jumper falls, and Autry was one of the bright spots for Southside. In fact, she's easily the biggest bright spot for Southside in this game. She's got 19 points. But Dwenger's just going to dribble out the clock. They know that this is a W for the Saints. And now it's officially in the books. The Saints of Bishop Dwenger finish the regular season at 9-13. They will take on the DeKalb Barons in the first round of sectionals on Tuesday from East Noble High School. As for the Southside Archers, they will take on the Homestead Spartans, who are the second-ranked team in the IHS, or rather in the Indiana Basketball Coaches Poll, but have their hands full with Northrop right now. That'll be at Southside, and that will also be on Tuesday. Right now they'll have a little prayer circle at midcourt. So we'll take a pause for that, and I will then give you our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. So that ends the regular season for both Bishop Dwenger and Southside girls basketball. Of course, we've got boys basketball coming up in about 20 minutes from now as Dwenger hosts Southside once again, but this time in boys basketball. Well, it's time to give you our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. And I am going to recognize two players from Bishop Dwenger. One is Maddie Johansson with her 14 points. The other is Claire Shortgen with her 11 points. She hit 3 threes in the ball game. Maddie Johansson and Claire Shortgen, your players of the game, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. I'm going to keep it right here because it looks like Grace Barfield is about to be honored. This is, of course, senior night here at Bishop Dwenger. This is the final game of the regular season for the Dwenger seniors. Well, there's really only one senior on the Dwenger roster. Now, the boys basketball team has 4 seniors, but this is for the girls team. Grace Barfield is the only senior to be recognized for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And they were cheering hardcore for her earlier this game to knock down a 3, get something to go from the field on senior night. Unfortunately, it did not happen. Although one thing I believe I can say about Grace Barfield is she does average 5 assists per game on the team. I believe she is the team leader in assists on the season, so that's one area where Grace Barfield does very well. Right now, Barfield is headed over towards head coach Kyle Bond and athletic director Jody Bentley. Can't see it on your screen right now, but Kyle Bond right next to her. He gives her the flowers on senior night. I'll turn it over to Jason Garrett.
And to introduce our one and only senior tonight, Maddie Johansson.
Grace Barfield is our only senior. Grace has played basketball all 4 years during her time at Bishop Dwenger High School, where she has had basketball to help her grow as a person and build great friendships. One of her greatest memories playing for Bishop Dwenger was her junior year when we beat Ingle on the road. Grace's plan for fall next year is to attend Indiana University.
We have a representative introduce the Palms.
I have to correct myself. That's actually Grace's dad who's with her. Kyle Bond's over on the sideline with his team.
Abby Beachy is being escorted by her parents, Christy and Brett Beachy. Abby has been on the Palms team for 4 years. She plans to go to PFW to major in elementary education. Abby's favorite memory on the Palms team is performing during halftime and singing karaoke at the Christmas party with her girls.
Claire Bloom is being escorted by her parents, Jake and Lindsay Bloom. Claire has been on the Palms team for 4 years. She had plans to attend the University of Detroit Mercy to study dental hygiene. Her favorite Palms memory is performing sidelines on the track during football games.
Monica Cavazzini is escorted by Chris and Martha Cavazzini. She plans to go to Trine University to major in exercise science and be on the Trine dance team. Her favorite Palms memory is performing at the state game with her team.
Sophie Cleaver is being escorted by Sebastian and Jennifer Cleaver. Sophie has been on the Palms team for 4 years. She has future plans to go to St. Mary's to major in nursing. Sophie's favorite memory on the Palms team is performing at football games and the car race to competitions her freshman year with Monica.
Ellie Short is being escorted by Liz and Shane Griffin and Travis and Casey Short. She's attending Montana State University and is majoring in animal science. She has been on the Palms team for 4 years, and her favorite memory is being a coach at the Palms camps.
Once again, congratulations to all our seniors.
Catch it. You didn't catch it. If you didn't catch it, they would just recognize Grace Barfield along with the senior cheerleaders. So that's all the seniors that are being recognized. Grace Barfield, the only senior basketball player here at Bishop Dwenger. She's recognized along with all the senior cheerleaders. And they were cheering hardcore for Barfield to get a three or get a shot from the field before she exited at the end of senior night. Unfortunately, it just simply did not happen. However, Barfield leads the team in assists, averaging 5 assists per game coming into this night. and gets recognized on senior night as Dwenger wins 54-33 over Southside. And again, boys basketball between Southside and Dwenger set to come your way about 20 minutes from now. Until then, for my cameraman Oscar Harrison, this is Thad Goff saying so long and see you in a few minutes from here at Dwenger High School. You've been watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.